Welcome to another COVID-19 lockdown special Honest Reviews. This time we're going to take a look at the Win Brand Yuto Goto wheel. If you don't know, Win Brand was launched by Julian Ba last year. It was launched around the time of the Boshi Pope skate-off. He was wearing the clothes at a couple of events like Blading Cup and Boshi Pope, and he announced the brand officially during his Jump Street podcast. He has teamed up with Tougher Wheels. Tougher have been responsible for a few releases over the past couple of years, and they've also sponsored events and, like I mentioned, Jump Street podcast. They've also advertised with them. Looking online, I've not seen many negative reviews or feedback on the wheels. Most of them tend to be quite positive. Julian mentioned during his interview with Jump Street that these are actually made of a higher quality compound than the original Tougher wheels, so it will be quite interesting to see what the quality is like. I really like what they've done with the brand so far. Since he's announced it, they've not actually released that much. They've done, I think it's like a t-shirt, a hoodie and a couple of wheels. But what I really liked is, even though it's Julian's brand, most pros, when they start their own brand, give themselves a pro item or a pro wheel or a pro skate. But what he's done is he's sponsored two of the most interesting skaters at the moment. He's got Yuto Goto and Bobby Spazov. Whether you love them or hate them, they're always releasing footage. It's undeniable their level of ability, whether you appreciate that type of skating or not, and they are making an impact on blading worldwide. So it was really wise to pick those two up, and I like that he's given them both a pro wheel instead of himself. So the one I went with was the Yuto Goto, which is, it says here, 60mm and 88A. I like that it's got a clear compound. Now, a few brands have used this in the past. Hyper have used it, Medium have used it, Kryptonics. I'm sure there's a few other brands that I'm forgetting. No one is doing it at the moment. Now, you can still buy things like Hyper wheels, which are kind of yellowy clear, but no one's really kind of doing the coloured clear. So I thought it was really quite cool that you've got these, which are lime green, and then you've got the Bobbies, which are a kind of pale pink. So I decided to give these a shot because they're the closest to the normal profile that I ride, which is 60mm. And I've just come off the back of using the undercover Eugen Ennen wheels, which were 60mm 90A. So these are very similar, they're just a little bit softer, and the undercover wheels lasted a really long time. They lasted, I'm going to say, several months of skating indoor park, outdoor park and street. So I'm going to test these out for a few weeks, see how they hold up, see what their performance is like and how they wear down after a few sessions. Obviously, because of lockdown, I'm going to be skating alone, so you're going to see some really boring static clips of just little stuff that I'm not going to hurt myself on. So yeah, give these a try for a few sessions and let you know what I think.
South Rockers,
And we're back. So I've been riding the Win Yuto Goto wheels for just short of 2 months now. The footage that you saw there, one was from an outdoor plaza that I skated at, I think it was like 7 in the morning, just so there was no one else there. And the other one was from a street section just after lockdown got eased a little bit. As I said, I've been riding them for, a month and a half, just short of 2 months. And the one thing I noticed is the quality of the urethane is really good. Quite a lot of times, and this is going to sound really cynical, when a brand introduces itself to blading and claims to be a premium urethane brand, you can quickly tell whether or not they're lying, because most wheels that you buy have that nice glossy finish, but as soon as that comes off, and you can just tell straight away whether there's something wrong with the urethane. Either you'll get cracks, or it'll just start to look really weathered, or they'll start to chunk, or the cores will become quite loose. With these wheels, you can tell just by looking at them. Don't know if you can see it very clearly there. They have maintained their integrity really well after the gloss has gone away. My biggest complaint with the wheel was it felt quite slow, and that was pretty much as soon as I put them on. Before I started using these, I was using the Eugen 60mm 90A wheels, the Foodie wheels, the first ones from Undercover. They felt faster throughout the whole time. I used them for months. With these, they did feel a little bit slower. However, on the plus side of that, you got excellent grip. So not once did I slide out when I was pushing or trying to gain speed. You can see though that after a month and a half, 2 months, they have already started to cone on that side and on that side there. So I would say they're great wheels, but they do wear down pretty quickly. I'm impressed with the quality of the wheel. The cores have all remained intact. I love the way they look. I like the nice kind of see-through lime green aesthetic that they have. Would I say they're one of my favourite wheels that I've tried recently? Probably not. I do think the Undercover Pro wheels are better, not the Team Range. I've used the Team Range Undercover wheels and I found that they wear down really fast and they're just not that strong. As a first attempt at a wheel from a new brand, Win are doing a really good job. I like them. I'm going to continue to use them for another couple of months because there is quite a lot of life left in them, and I'm a heavy guy. I'm like 14 stone and I ride them anti-rocker, so that is quite a lot of pressure to put on the wheels. It's quite annoying that the Yuto Goto wheels and the Bobby Spazol wheels are both the exact same size and the exact same hardness, so you can't really experiment with different things. The only difference between them is the colour of the wheels. I would like it when they introduce new wheels further down the line that they'd either go for different sizes or different hardnesses. Overall, my impressions of the wheels were generally quite positive. Yes, they were a little bit slower and they do wear down relatively quickly, but nowhere near as fast as some other premium brands that I've tried. I would definitely try another set further down the line. I think I would just prefer a harder wheel, either a 90A or a 92A. That's just my personal preference. Some of you guys out there like softer wheels that offer you better grip and control in certain circumstances, like wooden skate parks for example, or places with slick surfaces. To close things out, enjoy some footage of me falling on my ass.